Alright, this is Harrison K. Hall, and for those who don't know, this is Quest for Glory 1. The first sort of adventure game that I ever gave a toss about. I played a little bit of Space Quest and King's Quest before this, but Quest for Glory was where I really cut my teeth, so... I've had the anthology installed on my computer for about forever, and I just never really messed with it too terribly much, but I kind of feel like going through this. I'm debating whether I want to do Magic User or Thief. Well, the thing is you can kind of do both, and that was what was fun about this, because as we'll see. I'm not going... There's a glitch in this game, and it still exists in this version. I'm not going to use it. So you have certain skills, and the only ones that rogues didn't get were parry and dodge. But for... And you had points to play with. It literally had like a whole character sheet. So in addition to like the quests, which... or, you know, the actual, like, puzzles and stuff, which did range from, you know, the standard Sierra Moon logic to, you know, just, did you look around and did you think about what you just did? You know, they had the normal kind of range for a Sierra game. But you had all these different skills to work on as well. You know, some were kind of a little bit, weird, like luck, like, you know, how do you work at luck? Did you just hunt leprechauns? I don't know. But you like climbing and throwing and picking locks and all that stuff. And depending on what you could, like, if you wanted to, you could play a fighter and you wouldn't come up with any of the stealth pick locks, throwing or climbing, but you could build stealth into the fighter and avoid combat, and it's really fun. So what I'm actually going to do, however, is throw a point in magic, because that's basically, once you have the magic skill, you unlock, at least in this first game, most of the magic stuff that you can do in the course of the rest of the game. And it's a whole lot of fun, because the spells are neat, and there's not too many that you don't get unless you start as a mage. But yeah, so we're going to just level up to 10, so we have enough magic to cast more than a spell. We'll go... Throwing and climbing are both very important. Your agility is very important for a thief. I technically could, with this last 15 points, go and, this last 15 points available, go parry, and, well, actually what I could do is I could choose one of these skills that I didn't want. Let's say it is parry. So I'm going to, well, I'd have to, let me do that. So, boom, I got 10 points in parry. There was, let me see if I can find it, but there you go. So I just took 1 point away. Normally it goes an allocation of 5. Normally, you can only allocate points 5, but now but you can see I can, if I take off if I don't go by a multiple of 5, I can then remove infinite points and, you know, get more points to play with. I'm not doing that. Yeah, it might be a little, how do I do that? There we go. I'm not doing that this time, as tempting as it is. To cheat. That was how I did it as a kid. I just discovered that goofing around one time, so I was like, oh, really? So I would pick something I didn't care about at all, play a fighter, and then load him up and make him, like, this multi-class, you know, disaster. And I had a lot of fun, truth be told. I'm going to put the rest of the other into intelligence, because intelligence also affects your magic. You can see my mana just went up. But magic makes it go up more, but, you know, keep it in parity. Now I need a name, let's see, I've got a thief. Yeah, naming characters is always hard. I'm going to go with, let's see, I said name, click name, there you go. Bill Door. See how many you get that one. We start. So you go through this, and then you start off in, this is the country of Spielberg. Yes. Alright, hold on, let me see if I can work on my narration skills. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. So, the man with the pipe greets you. Yeah. Yeah, his face looks creepy, I think. Most of the faces in this look creepy because they had and yeah, the mouth movements are also creepy. It's just the animation era. Very little was gotten quite right. Everything kind of looks a little funky. It works with the aesthetic because everything is so cartoony and goofy as a whole. But yeah. Oh, he's advancing. Many monsters have trapped. I don't feel like giving all of them voices. Plus, he's not that interesting. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck on your quest. And you have the standard array of walk. You can look at things. There's more than a hint of ogre about this strange and bulky character. He seems cheerful, however. Though I shouldn't ad lib. You can take things, but that would just get me killed at this point. I can talk, and it gets me. You can see my score just went up from a 1 to a 2. And you can ask him things. There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountain. I don't really. What he ends up telling you is just basically how screwed everything is in this area. There is a, let me see, adventure. You'll need to talk to the Baron about that, or go ask Wolfgang down at the Guild Hall, which is just down the street. So maybe you're going to be a hero? Well, we could sure use one around here. What with all the brigands? Let's see, Wolfgang, brigands, monsters. Monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually on. The Baron just doesn't have a man to handle them. Wolfgang is one to talk about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. So you can kind of see that what they're trying to do here is make it sort of D&D-y, D&D-esque, D&D-essent. I don't know. But yeah, I'm improving the animation speed because normally he just sort of walks around way too quick. So this is the guild hall. This is the random sleeping old woman. She's the only same person here. At least she's not off her rocker. The Sierra games always kind of have a little bit of a sense of humor. This one is no exception, and its sense of humor isn't a little bit. It's basically anything that would get referenced at a D&D campaign session is basically it. You enter the Adventurers Guild Hall. The Adventurer Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, Saurus, Troll, Griffin, Dragon, Cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see a registration book on the table, with a bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guildmaster. He is snoring. Yeah, you can even hear the snoring sound effect. It looks like this old guildmaster doesn't do too much adventuring anymore. Still, he looks like he was plenty tough in his day. He probably has many a tale to tell. So, you can read these. This head is like a panther's, but with a strong human-like quality. It's still rather frightening. The plaque reads, Cheetar, slain by Wolfgang Adventurer. Yeah, the names are dope. The names are exactly as dopey as you would imagine them to be. Past adventurer's armor suit. You wonder why he doesn't need it anymore. Then you see the Cheetar claw marks. No. Let's get out of the way. Let's look at the posting board. Let me see. So there's a bunch of ones. Reward for return of lost ring. Inquire at the healers. This poster is rather dusty and faded. The picture is of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has a habit of laughing continuously. Continually, not continuously. Seems weird. Inquired Spielberg Castle Gates. Wanted, brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance, wears a cloak, must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and the title of Hero of the Realm. Inquired Spielberg Castle Gates. Notice: spell components needed, cash or trade for potions, inquire at the healers. Let's see. This poster seems to have been here a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Barnard. I never knew how to pronounce this as a kid, because you keep thinking it's going to be Bernard, but it's an A. So, Barnard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Where's the bathroom? Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. The guildmaster appears to be hard of hearing. Perhaps you should get closer. So you get closer to him. Zzz. You get closer to him, and eventually he sort of rousts. I was so busy I didn't notice you coming. As soon as you see an you kind of want to do a Scottish accent, don't you? We're so busy, didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. Seldom that we have a new adventurer here. Most people think the valley is cursed. And this is where you can talk to him, and he will, oh, yes. He does tend to randomly start, like, going off in different directions in conversation without you talking to him or anything. But you can ask him about Spielberg, about the town, about the various, like, things that are around it. I'm going to be exploring them. You know, it would be, I would think it would be a lot smarter to, actually show rather than just tell. Oh, I just asked that again. Oh, here's something. Yeah, with the Baron losing his son and daughter, Baba Yaga, all the monsters and other brigands, it's just been one thing after another. Baba Yaga is one of the various, like, boss-type persons you were supposed to be going after. She is the center of her problems, I think. Baba Yaga is a powerful ogre. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her out to leave the valley, but she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he will keep that. What our valley needs is a hero. Yeah, they kind of are not very subtle about it. But then you walk away, and he falls back asleep immediately. Read the book. This entry was made several years ago. It says, Baronet Barnard von Spielberg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this day, on this 23rd day of October. Oh, jeez. The other pages record the exploits of the great adventurers of Spielberg's past. The names Wolfgang Adventurer and Baron Stefan von Spielberg appear most often. Yes, the Baron's name is Steven Spielberg. Raucous laughter. But you are going to also sign in here. You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. And then you can look at that, and you can actually see your name on top of it. It doesn't... Oh, I screwed that up because it doesn't let me look at them. That sucks. Normally you get to see what you actually said yourself. But that didn't happen here because it was kind of a dullard. Oh well. So time to leave. How do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. Well, I think there's a couple things I need to do. I need to find the Thieves Guild. I need to get some money to buy spells. But the first thing I'm going to do is there's more stuff down this way, but there's nothing really I need to look at just yet. So let's go down this way. Let's leave the town for a bit. Crap. Come on. There we go. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just a cold. You really are on your own now, in a very dangerous place. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Now, let's see. This is... Oh, I missed that, but... Alright, so one of the quests we did read about was that the healer is missing their ring. The creature looks more like a small flying lizard than a bird. Oh, did you see that little twinkle? Let's see. Twinkle for me. Twinkle. Twinkle. Stop chirping at me. Let me see if I can... it is made of tweaves, legs, and herbs, probably stolen from the healer's garden. This is a bird-like creature sitting in the nest. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it because there. Now, there's 3 ways to do it. I can throw a rock, which will disturb her nest. But will knock it down. I can climb the tree as a thief, or I can use a spell called Fetch to bring it to me. I don't have the spell. Oh, holy crap! I still have this. 9 skills at 100 thief. Yeah, I've played this a little bit. But let's see. No, Bill. No. Bill Door 1. Yeah, I'm an original. But since we're doing the thief can climb the tree or throw rocks, as I think the warrior can too. But we're gonna see if we can climb the tree. This might require a couple false tries. Deep, 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 deep. Nope. It takes a lot of skill and practice to climb this tree. Yep. Alright, so what we're going to do is crank up the speed. Did it. But here's the interesting thing. Oops. This is the... Wait. What the heck is happening here? I'm having a bit of a control problem. There you go. You can see my strength has improved. That is the red numbers. I've got some experience. I've got climbing up to... I I think I moved it up to 10, so I just got 5 points of climbing. I think you needed about 25 until you could take care of this. So yeah, this is probably the biggest downfall of the game that you're seeing right now, because in order to, you would have to grind up your skills. It's just how it is. Now I'm going to climb back down the tree. You can see my climbing is at 28. I kind of want it to be 30 before I actually go for it. Yeah, see, my skills are still not good enough to climb the tree on a regular basis. Yeah, for some reason it is being very finicky. There we go. Alright, my skills are... all I need to do... Let's see, what time is it? This is going to annoy the crap out of me. It's midday on day 1. What I'm going to do... What I'm going to do, if I can... There we go. We're going to sleep a half hour, because my stamina was low. And that can affect you. Yeah, I'm back to having a decent amount of stamina. I lost some health off that, apparently. But, yeah. Climb this. Now we're going to go for that ring. You can fall off this branch if your climbing skills or vigor is, or stamina is down low enough. In the nest, you find a gold ring. You take the ring and move carefully back along the limb. Made it! Now back down the tree. Yay! So we're going to close this by, getting in the healer's good graces. Observe. You knock on the door. After a moment, you hear the inside bolt slide open. A voice from inside says, "Come on in." The fragrances of herbs mingle with some rather unpleasant odors, and as you step into the healer's house. Yeah, this is a face that always kind of made, like, I understand they're trying to make it look like she's, like, working around a fire a lot, but it just makes it look like someone hit a Photoshop filter on the top half of her, and as we go down, forgot to keep the filter going. What can I do for you? I can sell you healing potions if you like. I also buy spell components if you are interested in gathering stuff for me. Don't mind me, I always have so much to do around here. Yeah, she basically bumbles around for a little bit. Now you do talk to her, because you do need to ask her about spell components. I always need ingredients for making potions. Right now I need some of Arana's flowers, magic mushrooms, troll beard, and let me think, oh yes, cheater claws. I will be happy to pay you if you bring me some. I'll also buy back any empty flasks you have so I can recycle them. Waste not, want not, after all. That's actually handy because we'll look in our inventory here. You do have encumbrance. You do have to keep track of how much you are carrying, otherwise it's going to be too much for you to handle. And you also have a little bit of gold, but not much. It does not amount for much at all. So what you got to do is then talk to her, because there's a couple ingredients you can't grab unless you've asked her how to do it first. Trolls are tough, and you're not going to fight one of them for a while, but it is helpful to know, because she gives you a crap ton of healing potions for doing so. I think I need to ask about cheater claws. She gives you a lot for them. Mandrake root, I don't think she asks for that. Alright. Let me see, what was the other thing I need to do? Oh, yes! You look at the ring. You have 1 gold ring. It weighs 0.1 pounds. Let me see. Doesn't tell you much about it. But you're going to give it to her, and then she's like, "Oh, thank you for finding my ring. How I've missed this. Here are 6 gold and 2 healing potions for your reward." And then... Aw. You put the reward away and tell her she is welcome as you leave to avoid being kissed again by the strange lady with the Photoshop filter problem that only applies when you get closer to her face. But we're at 19 minutes right now, and that seems like good enough for the first. Alright, and we'll pick up in a little bit. Thank you, and see you soon.